Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry we're a couple minutes late. I had a
Happy
bunch of work to do.
Monday. He flipped into the parking space like the Dukes of Hazzard. It was like Bo and Luke Duke coming home from cutting grass this morning.
I need to move over more.
Yes. Come scooch
Computer's
closer.
like all the way over there.
I showered and everything, so I smell delicious.
Let me see.
Oh, Lord.
No, I'm just
You
kidding.
did.
I did shower.
You did. Because you can tell because when he comes home, it's like grass and dirt everywhere.
So good morning, everyone. Welcome to Keto on the Couch, episode 68.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, we do product reviews, we talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives week.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, which is where you'll find all of our different recipes. We upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. As per usual, there is an entire parade going on in front of our home.
It's very distracting.
You're trying to not look at all of the distractions, but it's there.
Along with that, we bought this teleprompter.
We did.
So it's this big box that's in front of the camera, so I can't see the camera lens now, and it's very distracting to me. But the teleprompter is actually for church. It's not for us. We'll probably use it a little bit for Two Crazy Ketos, but it's really for church.
Yeah, as we're trying to remember what we're supposed to say about stuffed animals and, Snarly the dinosaur and his conundrums.
Let's see who's on here. So Chris is here. He
first.
said, haha, I'm
Welcome.
first. Deborah is here. Liz is here.
Hey, Liz.
Carla is here.
Hey, Carla.
Brianna, hello to Jacob.
So I noticed when we sat down, Deborah said, I think I haven't gone on a date with my husband since January. Well, Deborah, it's time.
It's time.
Let's go. And it doesn't have to be something fancy.
Carla wants to know what a date is.
What is the date?
Christopher is here, said good morning. Patty Epps is here.
Getting outside of your house.
Yeah.
Whatever it is counts. We had a walking date yesterday.
We did.
It counted.
Keto Dana is here.
Hey,
Nan
Keto.
is here.
Dana.
Angie is here. Krista is here. Tammy is here.
Hello.
Miss Becky is here. Jason.
Jason.
Trucker Cat.
Hey, Trucker Cat.
Susan, Stacy, TM Calmont, and Hope. Oh, and Rachel King just joined us.
Hello, beautiful.
So, yeah, we
Brandon?
actually had an awesome date day on Saturday, which we vlogged. I just got to edit the
Red
video.
wine, how are you doing?
So, our son, John Paul, our oldest son, bought a house. We're super proud of him.
I still can't believe that.
And we made it a date day to drive up. He bought a house about an hour and a half north of us. So, we decided we're going to go up and see the house and then kind of have fun. We went on a nice date and had an incredible dinner, which is what the thumbnail picture is.
Yeah.
Rachel had
did you
a
put her
16-ounce prime rib.
Sorry, not sorry, man.
But we did learn from them. So from all of the times that we've been to Texas Roadhouse, first of all, that was the best experience we've had so far.
Yes.
The food was incredible. It was cooked perfectly. The broccoli was used and cooked the way I like it, which is crunchy.
Yeah, it was like a crispy, crunchy.
Let me know. Let us comment for us. I'm curious. Do you like your broccoli / cauliflower? Do you like it on the crunchier side, or do you like it so soggy where you pick it up and it's like a pale, disgusting green, and I like it bright green and crispy.
Okay, so
like al dente.
Just the way you framed the question is kind of like, do you like it awesome or do you like it terrible?
That's a sales technique.
Mm-hmm. I noticed.
So yeah, we had that, and then we were talking to the waitress, because, she really was awesome.
Such a great waitress.
It was very different, though, because going up there, just an hour north of us, nobody wears a mask up there. And down here, you can't go into a gas station without a mask.
Well, and if you go a little further down from us, you get a ticket if you're not wearing a mask.
Yeah, down in Miami now, they're fining you, even in public.
In the public
walk
at
down
all.
the street, and you're not wearing a mask, you're getting a fine. So... yeah, so we asked her, what's the deal with the prime rib? Because sometimes, you come here. I know Christopher recently went, and he said they didn't have any prime rib. She said they have prime rib every single day, but it sells out quickly, and if you want it...
every single day it sells out.
She's like, get here early. She's like, most of the time, we're sold out by about 7 o'clock.
Can you believe that? Even on a weekday.
My thing is make more prime rib then.
Well, that would be my thing, but maybe they just can't get it or something. I don't know, but it's consistently. She said every single
day.
Every single Texas Roadhouse has that problem. Like, it's a great problem to have because you have something so delicious. And maybe call before you go. Say like, hey, I'm coming in at 4 o'clock. I'm coming in at 8 o'clock. You still have prime rib if that's what you're wanting.
But we've made the decision that we are going to date somehow, some way, every single day for the entire month of July.
Yeah.
It could be a 10-minute walk date.
Yep.
It could be a 2-hour, we're going to lay in bed and watch a movie date. But we are going to have a date with each other every single day because we've gotten kind of lazy about dating each other.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Believe it or not, those kind of things help you stick to your health goals, right? Because if you feel like, well, it doesn't even matter anyway, like, we're not being consistent here, or you're kind of sad in one area of your life like that, you're like, what's the point of being consistent in other areas?
Right.
Like, I don't know, you give yourself a lot of permission to continue wearing the pajama pants and eating all the snacks.
Yeah.
So, we're not doing that.
Let's see. We got a few comments up here. Let's see.
Jacob says, gotta be crunchy.
Gotta be crunchy.
Be crunchy. Red one's doing good.
Lucy says, I like it to have a bite to it. Yep. Danny said, good morning, Joe and Rachel. Looking gorgeous, Rachel. And Joe, you look handsome. Thank you. Chris likes his broccoli softer despite what Joe says.
You know, I grew up and we ate it softer. So I don't mind it. I mean, to me, it becomes a different vegetable. Broccoli is very versatile. You eat it raw in like a vegetable platter. And I like the way that tastes, that crunch when it's completely raw. I like it when it is soft. And then I liked the fried. I really like it fried on the Blackstone with bacon.
Yeah.
That becomes really crunchy and juicy.
Becky says Steven likes it mushy. She likes hers raw.
We grew up in the same house.
Deborah likes it crunchy.
Like it awesome.
Deb likes it crunchy. Chris said boot to the head. Getting a fine. Liz likes it crunchy. Keto Dana likes mush for the cauliflower only because I don't like it. Lightly tender for the broccoli, smothered with cheese and bacon, and Chef Chamois garlic butter.
Chef Chamois garlic butter could go on a boot. Absolutely could. I could slather it on a boot. I don't know how many carbs are in a boot, but I would eat it if it had that on that.
Christopher said, I like my broccoli terrible apparently, unless it's with Chinese food or cold. I like cauliflower crunchy. See, like I like cauliflower softer, but I like the broccoli. Now, I don't like the broccoli raw. I just want it with a little bit of a crunch to it. Now, growing up, it was always like, first of all...
Like Lucy.
Well, the more you cook it, the more you lose the vitamins and the nutrients. But let's face it. For the most part, there's no vitamins and nutrients in that stuff anyway.
Isn't it funny, like, how much is getting undone as you get new information in?
Well, you're still going to get more vitamins and nutrients from the broccoli when it's raw, but it's not nearly as much as we think it is because, like, our lands are all depleted. It's just like eggs. Like, runny yolks are the better way to eat it because you're going to get more vitamins and nutrients. Just how it is. But you're better off eating it completely cooked than not eating it at all, right? What
if I can have my face any which way I want it, someone can slap me on my back and it won't freeze? I mean, what if we find out that is also not true?
Chris said, Business 101, if it keeps selling out, make more, says the guy who only has lemon meringue in sample size packages.
I don't know that you thought, like prime rib, I feel like they should have known right from the get-go that is going to be the #1 flavor.
So Christopher said he went to Texas Roadhouse early. They opened at 11. I got there at 11:45. They said they were out until 1:30. Almost left and
come back.
Yeah, I would leave and come back. We only stopped because Rachel didn't even know we were going to go there. That was like my surprise part of the date for her. So I was like, looked around. I'm like, ooh, there's a Texas Roadhouse up here.
Okay, so to go with that, everybody may not be like me, but in case there's some people, ladies or gentlemen, that are like me, I'm going to say this right now. If your spouse wants to go out on a date, don't stop them.
Do you know how many times she stops me? I want to take you out. I tried to take her out the other day and she wouldn't let me go.
Cheap. I am so cheap that I want to shut it down right away. So when he says we're going to Texas Roadhouse, I know as soon as I see that we're getting prime rib because like
that's the only thing we're getting there.
If it's possible, we want to get prime rib. So I know that that's going to be like $20, $23, $25 a person. And my cheap gene wants to be like, oh, like don't go. Like we've done fun things in the last month. We can't do that. It's an investment in yourself. It is an investment in your family. Don't, I cannot buy a pair of shoes or something or pass on some other something, but don't pass on going out on that date or
thank you.
Doing it.
Remember that next time I try it. We don't go out very often.
But it's hard for me.
It is very hard
to kind of like get over that. It was hard for me to move on to better food. When we were, doing keto, we were having great success. And Joe's like, I think I'm moving to pasture-raised eggs. And I'm like, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're not those people. We're not the pasture-raised eggs people. I'm not paying $6 a dozen. But what a taste difference. Right. And it was an investment in myself because I can have entire meals where eggs are the spotlight. Right. So why not have the best of that? And I'm not going to be paying in something else,
Speaking of deals, just to let everybody know, Keto Chow flavor of the week is cookies and cream.
That's a good one.
There's a link down below. And if you missed it last week, we announced we no longer have a coupon code with Keto Chow because people keep hacking it and putting it up on those like discount sites like Honey and stuff like that. So instead, if you use the link that is down below in this video or any of our videos since last Monday or on our website, you automatically get 10% off when you use that link. So all you have to do is click on that link from any place and you'll automatically get 10% off. Somewhere it pops up saying you get like a 2KK discount. The only thing is it doesn't work with the 5% off when you buy 4, but you're getting 10% off instead.
Right. Now, cookies and cream is a super versatile one. I actually like adding a couple little drops of the Oreo blends to really like just punch it.
Right. Also, if you didn't see it, we did a review video on the Kettle and Fire bone broths. They have 2 new flavors yesterday.
Ooh.
There's my coffee. Butter chicken and tom yum chicken. These are really good.
One total carb.
One total carb in it. Go check out the video. There's a link to the video down below. But what they're doing is for our subscribers, they're doing a $250 Amazon gift card for anybody who uses that link between now and Sunday. So up till next week, if you can make a purchase using that link, you're entered in to win a chance to get a $250 gift card, which is complete. We have nothing to do with that. They're doing that. They were just like, hey, we want to do something for your subscribers, so we're going to give you that.
I am so excited because it is Monday. Don't say her name. She's like right there.
I know.
But I'm very excited because it's Monday and there is a possibility that I am the first person in somebody's week to say, I love you and I'm super proud of you. Now, maybe I'm number 4, 5, 10, 15 people have said that to you already. But just in case, I want to get mine in there early. I love you, and I'm super proud of you.
Let's check out a couple more comments, then we'll talk a little bit more about our week, and then get to the couple comments from last week.
Yay.
Deb said, daily daytime sounds wonderful. Stop and smell the roses at least a few minutes every day.
Yeah.
Miriam likes her broccoli soft.
Ooh, Jennifer says toasted in the oven. I actually really like that, too.
Becky said, don't wear a mask equals get sick. That's a big enough fine for me. Well, the problem, the mask is not protecting you. It protects everybody else.
Danny says, if prime rib is that popular and great sounds like Roadhouse needs to rethink the amount they order. Happy customers means returning customers. Yes, that is true. Chef Shammy is a Utah company. Yep. It's really good. We find it a lot in Costco. A lot of times they will have a road show even. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. Is that a thing?
Well, there's no samples. So
no samples.
Road show right now.
Trust us. It's good. If you see it in Costco, try it.
Chris said, do not use Chef Shammy garlic butter in chocolate keto chow.
Oh, no,
Fortunately, not speaking from experience.
No. But I have heard that people have done that.
Jacob said, I noticed the trend with the other day, Redmond, Rebel, Nush, Keto Chow, all the good keto products seem to come from Utah.
We sort of had that epiphany too. I had zero idea that there were so many companies in Utah that whole state must be keto friendly. And Texas.
Yep.
There's a lot in California too.
Danny said, roasted garlic, yummy.
I love roasted garlic. So Chris says, the thing about prime rib is that I spend too many years not having prime rib and I'm trying to make up for lost time. I am in complete agreement and I'm always like, go for the gusto. I am somebody who can consume a lot of food at once and I go 16 ounce, baby.
Yeah, Lucy said don't sub extra virgin olive oil for avocado oil in keto chow. Yeah, olive oil has a unique taste.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, it's good for salad dressings. Other than that, I wouldn't cook with it because it has a very low flash point. I would not make mayonnaise with it because it's got that very distinct taste.
What's your favorite? Do you like the avocado oil?
Avocado oil, yeah. Let's see. Deb said, I have 5 yummy looking and smelling keto chow drop biscuits almost done in the Breville toaster oven. Can't wait to eat with bacon and fried egg yolks.
Yum. Shauna says, I prefer a ribeye. I know same cut, but I liked the charred bits.
Yeah, see, everybody likes it different. That's the best. It's basically from the same part of the cow. It's just that the prime rib is cooked all together, so you don't get as much of the charred bits and the crust on it.
Uh-oh. Chris says that a date idea for Rachel would be have her build a drone and then learn how to fly it. Now, Joe has been using the one that's got the goggles, FPV. And it's first person view. And then he's driving it around while I have the mask on. You don't want me driving around because
we didn't go very far because you need to have them, especially because it's small and I need to be able to see where it's going. And like we were just doing right out here in front of the yard and we have trees and stuff. So I can't go around the tree. If I'm wearing the goggles, I can kind of go around the tree and see where I'm at.
I can do it for a little bit, but then I get motion sickness. I have a hard time with even going to like on rides where you're watching a video and the thing is moving at the same time. Yeah. I can be a little like...
So Chris cooked 40 backyard chicken eggs on the Blackstone on Saturday.
Wow. What? Now that's a breakfast.
Yeah.
Lucy says, great video review of the new flavors. I ended up ordering bone broth before I'd even had my coffee. Yeah, I really honestly enjoy a bone broth too as like a bulletproof bone broth.
It's also how we break our fast.
Yeah, it's a great way to break fast. And you honestly, sometimes it's hard for me to even move on to the next meal because it fills you up.
Right.
I mean, it's really good. Myra said, ordered chicken soup keto chow this morning. Looking forward to drop biscuits. The drop biscuits are crazy good. We definitely use it, especially at like holiday gatherings. It was great Christmas morning, Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Those are great biscuits.
Lisa said, thank you for that, Rachel. I needed that for the I love you.
Oh, I got to be your first one?
And
I love that.
Liz said the same thing.
Yes, Shauna. Love you too. Thank you.
Patty said, I wonder if Chef Shammy garlic would be yummy in keto chow chicken soup. Yeah,
yes.
It would be.
Yes,
it'd be expensive, but it would be.
It's so worth it. Slapstick Keto says, I have never put oil in a keto chow. Bacon grease is as close as I've done. That's amazing. Butter. I'm all about the butter.
Chris said, interesting enough, Dave Feldman of the Cholesterol Code is starting a 4-week experiment today contrasting blood test results of olive oil and butter with keto chow as his only food.
I can't wait to see what his results are.
Oh, and Chris put a thing up for it. So
that is awesome. Danny says, I've been spreading keto love. My sister has started last week and my nephew started low carb 3 weeks ago and has lost 20 pounds.
That is incredible.
That is so incredible.
Awesome.
That really is.
You want to, we don't have many comments. We have a few comments from last week. We have a subscriber update.
Let's see.
Okay. Ooh, I got to change that.
Hello, perspective.
There we go.
That's me.
So Cheryl had a non-scale victory, said today it was later than usual for her morning walk, so I decided to just use my sports bra and my shorts rather than another shirt over my sports bra. It felt great to show off my new body.
I love that, and I am super proud of you for doing that. And I feel the same way. There's a lot of times where I will be going, I've been really consistent in my walk, and I've really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed putting myself first every single morning and really just, it's time for my prayer time. It's starting to exercise, but sometimes I will stop in the mirror and say, like, do I look okay to wear a tank top? Do I look okay to have, shorts on because my skin elasticity is not exactly where I want it to be? I don't like a roll here or something.
And there's no point in her asking me because I tell
no.
her the truth and she's like, I don't believe you. You have to say that. You're legally obligated to tell me that.
So it's kind of funny that you say that.
But I'm really not because I'll tell her the truth.
I set this aside onto my phone because I wanted to share this. And so Cheryl, this is like the perfect time. So there's a scripture from Mark 11:23, and I know that like not everybody maybe believes in a higher power, and that's not a prerequisite to our channel that like you're into that. But for us, like it would be too hard for us to like try to be somebody that we're not. So a big part of our life is our faith. And I love the scripture so much that says, "For assuredly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be removed and cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that those things he says will be done, he will have whatever he says." And I was thinking to myself as I read it again recently that there's 3 says in that scripture and 1 believe. So like you're saying it and you're saying it and you're saying it. And used to be that I would put all the emphasis on, I need to believe this. I need to believe this about myself and then say it once I've believed it. But unless you're saying things to yourself over and over again, you don't believe it. And if you don't believe that, like I believed everything negative I ever said to myself. I can't do it. I might as well quit. I'm not going to achieve my goals. When I would say it and say it and say it, I truly believed things would never get any better, that I would never be able to reach my goals. So I'm starting to say things like, I'm going to have a good time today walking. I am going to enjoy myself even though I'm exercising. I am going to experience good results from, this time that I'm investing in myself. I am saying it and then I'm going to believe it. I'm not going to have to say like, I'm going to get it all right first and then I'm going to say what I see. Like, I think we need to like flip the script on that.
Yeah. John says the Kettle and Fire link is not working. I will check on that in a second. Let's see. Christopher said, I don't know about famous, but definitely more family and friends and random people asking me questions because he's got his YouTube channel now.
Yes, it's awesome. Check it out. He does great product reviews, really, and recipes and everything. I mean, but he's got a really good perspective. And I also like seeing his beautiful wife and his gorgeous children.
Cindy said words have power.
They really do. And I have run myself down in the past and they had power in my life. So let us say positive things to ourselves and watch that power.
Okay.
Hey, Alan.
So let's check out the next one. Jennifer put this up.
Hey, Jennifer.
She wanted to know if anybody has any adverse reactions to collagen. She just started taking and started getting headaches, and it's the only thing that she's changed.
Now, I don't know what brand of collagen you're taking. I haven't had any we only use Perfect Keto as like an outside.
Yeah, we've tried a couple other ones, but we didn't like the taste of them.
We didn't like the taste.
I would say it could just be... Oh, my tires are here. It could be a coincidence that you're having headaches right when you started taking collagen. Whenever you start getting headaches on keto, the first thing I would do is try increasing your sodium. So just like it's very easy to get off on sodium. It's also hotter out right now. You're probably sweating more, which means you're losing more of your electrolytes. So usually, especially on keto, when your sodium goes down, the first sign that you're going to get that like you're low on sodium is you're going to start getting headaches and you're going to start getting lightheaded. So like, for example, you bend down to pick something up and you stand up too soon and you kind of get that little dizzy kind of feeling.
Yeah.
That's usually sodium. The cramping is actually usually potassium and magnesium, which is kind of funny because everyone's like, oh, I'm cramping, I need Gatorade. And Gatorade is mostly sodium.
Yeah. Now, well, and the other thing is during this time, excuse me, I have like a coffee ground in my throat. Usually this time of year, the first thing you do... I'm going to go fix
that link while you finish this.
The first thing, I don't know if you want... Of course he leaves and I'm like coughing. But your first response to this time of year and it being so hot is drinking a bunch of water. And that is going to further dilute the sodium that you actually still have in your body. So that's not always like the best move in the world. This poor FedEx person is coming to our door with 2 giant trailer tires in tow because it is half the price to get the tires online than it is to buy them in the store right now, which is crazy. And every single time we are driving down the street, one of Joe's trailer tires for our lawnmower equipment seems to be running over nails and screws. Lots of things in the road. So Ron says, good morning to KK family. I'm at work, but listening. Well, I hope you're having a great day at work. So let me move back a little bit. Cindy says, our words have power. Absolutely. Patty says the same thing. Mike and Lynn said, thank you, Rachel, for those good words and the scripture. Well, thanks for letting me share them with you. Carly's mama says, morning mindset sets the mood for the day. Yes. In fact, another thing that I totally suggest doing, even to my kiddos, is do not let your 2 feet hit the floor before you come up with 10 things that you're thankful for. And I'm alive and I got to see another day is 2 right there. You think about your family, you think about the ribeye that's defrosting in the refrigerator. There's lots of really positive things, because otherwise, if you're just like dreading your day, that puts me in the bad mindset. And then a lot of times what I will try to do is pick myself up, my mood up with snacks and food that are off plan. So it just helps. Deb says, so true, Rachel, is I want to remember things. I say them to myself 6 some in a row, like names of people I meet. That habit would be great to say 6 times a day and believe it too. Yeah. And I mean, sometimes I feel a little bit foolish to start with. Right. Okay. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, I am the coolest 43-year-old woman I know.
You are.
My face is pretty. You know, like I am, getting stronger, and I'm, making muscles, and I'm like Goody Beats in the mirror. Goody Beats is not looking back at me yet. I'm not all muscular yet, but I'm starting to say what I want before it happens, instead of saying like, I'm not going to say it until it's a reality.
Yeah. And it's funny because we actually put a thing up on Saturday when we were vlogging of what are some things that really grind your gears.
Yeah.
And one of the comments that I was looking at this morning was people who are attractive and they say they're not.
Oh.
And that is something that and she's like, she feels like that they're people who are fishing for a compliment.
Right.
I think some people are that way, but then you have people like me who truly I look in the mirror and I'm like, I'm fat, I'm ugly. So sorry about that. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden the internet went out.
Looks like just like Evergreen, we're having some internet issues. One thing I feel like all of the neighborhoods are working on electricity, they're working on the cable, they're working on the telephone.
FPL's doing a lot of work here.
So we don't know.
They tore up our whole yard and cracked our sidewalk, and
yeah.
I can't get anybody to come out. And I'm like, if somebody trips, because now the sidewalk is cracked and lifted, I'm like, somebody's going to trip over that, and then we're the ones who get sued because you drove your big trucks across it and then dug up our entire yard.
I'm trying to just be sweet about it and just pray, Lord, don't let anybody trip. Just we need to put some cones out. We're just gonna can't stop, no, won't stop. We're just can't stop, won't stop today. We're doing
Is
this.
it Groundhog Day? Yeah, I don't know what's up with the internet today.
It's all right.
Everything was disconnected.
Theme song played. Hey, at least it's not dropping the stream. It keeps going. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this.
Yes, off.
There we go. It's on. System audio is off. Kara said, okay, as I'm looking at my vitamins or pills, I should say this evening to our prescription. And I'm curious of how many I honestly should be taking now. You hear one thing about omega oils and you hear something else about beef.
It's still saying no audio.
It's got audio.
Time to stop.
It's got audio.
Good. I see good. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. Try again.
I'm curious on how many I honestly should be taking right now. You hear no one with omega oils, and you hear something about beef liver capsules, and you hear something about trace minerals, and you hear something about, the hair and the nail and the vitamins. I mean, the list goes on and on, a majority of what you take. A lot of the vitamins and minerals, like, I'm going to be honest, and this is going to really upset a lot of people.
Oh, good.
Almost all of the vitamins and minerals and capsules that you're buying in the store, you're wasting your money. And
Very
Dr. Berry has
expensive
talked
pee.
about it. You have very expensive pee. Most of, like the vitamin C, most of the time is coming from a source your body can't use or isn't going to turn into the vitamin C that you need. Most of the minerals are coming from rocks that your body can't use. Eat meat. You'll get a lot of the vitamins and minerals that you need. If you need some extra collagen, drink some bone broth, maybe take some collagen. I would definitely substitute with some iodine. You could put a couple of drops in, into your coffee or something like that, or one of your drinks, or Rachel just drops it on her tongue. Get your electrolytes in. Get out in the sun. But
Yes.
other than that, if you need, bump up your omega-3s, drink some fish oil if you don't eat fish.
Ugh.
Well, you like the cod liver oil.
It's okay if it's like.
But if you're like me and you don't like to eat a lot of fish and you want to have a balance of omega-3s or omega-6s, cut out a lot of the omega-6s, like the really high omega-6 oils, which is why we do avoid things like sunflower oil and stuff like that. That'll help. And then, other than that, make sure you're salting with a good quality mineral salt.
We suggest Redmond.
But other than that, we really do not do a bunch of vitamins and minerals and
We
all that
used
kind of
to.
stuff.
I used
But it was
to
worthless.
go to the vitamin shop and spend hundreds of dollars trying to make sure I got all of the vitamins in. And then we just found out that we really could get what we needed from our food. And
Yeah.
it just made more sense because I would rather eat my vitamins.
Dana wants to know, she just got a call from her kiddos at home. Anyone know how to remove glitter gooey slime from carpet?
Okay, so, wow. I could tell you magic eraser on it will remove anything off of a wall. The goo be gone in the orange.
Yeah, but that's
in
got
the
a
orange
distinct smell.
It does have a distinct smell, but it will get up a lot of stuff.
Miriam just posted Dr. Berry's most recent video on supplements that you don't need.
Supplements you don't need.
Alan said you are correct about vitamins. I hear audio. Sound is on. Awesome.
The most important supplement I need is Zip Fizz. Yes, I do really enjoy Zip Fizz.
Mm-hmm. Now, Dr. Berry has talked about a product that he is working on too, which will give you a lot of your trace minerals. So I'm not quite sure when that's coming out, but I would definitely go over and follow him on Facebook because he talks about it once in a while. Alan said porta potties are filled with undigested vitamins according to a patient who cleaned them out for a living.
Oh my gracious. Okay, so no Goo Gone for kids depending on age. Well, I mean, when you get home, you could use the Goo Gone. Yeah, I wouldn't give it to a child, but you could use it to clean it up afterwards.
Yeah, Becky said I stopped taking a majority of my vitamins, only use Vitamin Shop Thyroid Complex for my NAC for sinuses.
Shauna says, I like my vitamin C. No, not the orange stuff. Caffeine. Yes. Cheers to that.
Okay. Kara also said, since doing keto, has anyone experienced not getting sunburned as easy? It seems like something has changed for me this year, and I'm curious if it could be a thing.
Now that you say it, Kara, I have not gotten I've tanned more and not sunburned as much, and you would have to just know me for years, but I was always getting sunburned, and we have stopped using suntan lotion.
I was going to say, number one, Dr. Berry has actually talked about this. Some of it is not having so many seed oils and you're not having so much stuff come through on your skin. I never really got burned. I will turn red and then within a day or two I will turn brown. But I definitely noticed that Rachel will get red, but it doesn't impact her as much. She doesn't get that blistering burn.
It was
and
terrible.
Yeah, we no longer wear suntan lotion. I know a bunch of people are going to make comments right now. You have to wear suntan lotion. A lot of research has showed first of all, all of these SPF 100s, they're not doing anything. Anything over, I think it's 30, there's no difference. Problem is, if you look at the ingredients of most commercial suntan lotions, a lot of the ingredients are known cancer-causing agents. So
not good.
You're better off making your own suntan lotion.
Yeah.
If you Google it, there's lots of ways
Absolutely.
you can make your own suntan lotion. but we don't even bother with it anymore. And I'm just of the belief that somewhere in there with those suntan lotion companies, notice they keep increasing the SPF. They keep coming out saying, you need to wear this, you need to wear this, you need to wear this. Yet we have more of an incidence of skin cancer now when people are wearing more. Now, I know people, you may want to say it's a conspiracy theory, but it's just kind of coincidental that they're telling you wear more and more people are buying it, and more people are getting skin cancer.
Well, and before keto, I've always had a very ruddy complexion. Red-headed people run in my family. I'm very, freckled. And before keto, I was having to go to the dermatologist and get things burned off of my face. I have like a couple of pretty distinct scars that are the result of burning different skin cancers off of my face. So the fact that I haven't had any problems since keto. Now I do wear a hat. I think that it's important to wear a hat, but honestly, that's more comfort during my time in the sun than anything else.
And my belief is the number one place to get vitamin D is go outside in the sun.
Right.
Why would God have designed our body to get a majority of our vitamin D from the sun, but then say the sun is poisonous to you?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I don't wear suntan
But that's
lotion.
just our personal view.
That's just my thing. So let's see. So let's see how many people are going to hate me for this now.
Nobody's going to hate you. There's no haters.
Yeah, Becky said yes. Dr. Berry acknowledged the same thing about the sun. Slapstick Keto said mentally the B vitamins seem to be helping me a lot for my wife. I get those after an interview with Carrie Brown in December.
That's
awesome.
Mentally
the B vitamins are very good.
Susan says I live in Chicago and I do take vitamin D3 and K2 in the morning.
Joe said I used to not be able to go out in the sun more than 10 minutes. Now I spend 2 to 3 hours out in the sun with no problem.
Wow.
Deb said same with me on the sun. Tanning and not burning. No sunscreen.
Again, it's a non-scale victory. Is that not a non-scale victory? We live in South Florida, okay? I used to live in pain because we'd have to go outside for things, and I was always get sunburn.
Christopher said, I used to burn about 5 minutes outside when it was cloudy. I don't really need sunscreen anymore, and I can swim without a shirt again.
Me too. Just kidding.
Alan said, no sunscreen here in South Texas either.
I mean, we don't talk about these things, right? Like, nope. That's amazing. That's kind of cool.
If you want to wear sunscreen, that's great. But I would highly suggest making your own. You can get some zinc. I believe you can use coconut oil with it.
Yeah.
And make your own. Don't buy these chemical-laden things that are worse for you than just what you need, zinc. Christopher said, my wife thinks I'm weird that I'm not pale anymore. I look tanner.
Well, you know what? I got kind of excited. I think it was last week. Somebody said, Rachel and Joe, like you look tanner. And I was like, I've never been included in a statement like that. Rachel and Joe, you look tanner? Like
September doesn't use suntan lotion and hasn't burnt once this year.
It's amazing. It's stuff that you don't think about until it's like this aha moment. So speaking of aha, they're on sale. Where did you get those? Is it Winn-Dixie?
Winn-Dixie. If you have a Winn-Dixie or one of the Winn-Dixie,
are they buy one get one?
Buy one get one free.
Hello.
And if you're in a Publix area, Waterloo is buy one get one free.
Waterloo.
Chris said, I like to sit under a sunshade and wear a hat like an old fogey. I have like nice big hats I wear when I go to work and stuff. It's like a big floppy hat.
But honestly, it is more for enjoying the shade than like super worried that you're going to get burnt.
Oh, I don't. Well, I mean, I do have a bald head, and when I'm outside all day, I will turn red and will just turn tan the next day. But I do. Yeah, it's hot out there.
It is hot.
It's hot out there. Shauna said sunscreen is the giant hat and sleeves.
Yes, I love a giant hat.
Alan said, Chris, old fogies are cool.
They are cool.
Shauna said, I go from white to burn to freckle. Enough freckles make me look tan. Kind of stay out of the super direct
Yeah,
sun.
I am a freckled girl, for sure. Shauna says, fat melts and burns in the sun too. Keto, lose fat, no more burning. Ellen says, hooray for non-scale victories. Yes, and don't forget to share those in our Facebook family group. We love getting to see what are some of the things that you're celebrating, and it doesn't have to be a scale victory. Now, we have something really exciting coming up on 4th of July. It is Facebook family group picture day. So if you can, go ahead and we're taking pictures for 4th of July. We're not going to wait until we hit a certain number on the scale or get into a certain size pants. We've been working hard this June. And so 4th of July, I want to see everybody's 4th of July pictures. If you want to, you can put them in Instagram too with the hashtag 2KK Portrait Day.
Sounds good. Okay, next one. This is the last one. Maria said, kind of new here. I'm struggling, been struggling more this year, and now I'm up 5 pounds. I feel it and I see it. I don't know how to stop it. I've been stalled for a year, lost 35 pounds and 20 inches in the first year. I still need to reach, a goal of 50 pounds. Been just struggling, especially since the last 6 months. I feel like I need to starve myself. I've tried lots of ways to get back to be strong and staying away from stupid cheats, and I'm kind of at a loss today. I feel like I need a Keto Pro appointment. Anyone know of a keto doctor that's local to Utah? And I asked them a Dr. Barry Patreon and in several keto groups. I can't seem to get 100% back to tracking and control.
Well, first of all, don't quit and don't starve. Neither of those two things are going to help you achieve what you're trying to achieve. Mm-hmm. My first advice would be to set a total carb cap. Mm-hmm. Would probably be my first advice, because that will naturally rein in some other things.
Right.
Because if I know, okay, if I'm having trouble with certain, snacks, especially bars, things like that, they're going to have 17, 15, 14, total carbs. If I make it so that I have to have total carbs, I can't have more than 2 of those. Like, right. That's just an easy way for me to start reining it in.
Right. I would say you don't necessarily need a Keto Pro. I think there's enough information out there that you don't need to pay somebody, for something, because basically what you're going to be paying them for the most part is to be telling you do the right thing.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Now, unless you're trying to achieve a specific, like if you're trying to, get a certain body build or something like that, and you need like a coach like a Goody Beats or something like that, or a Keto Savage who can really walk you through certain exercises and things to do to work on certain muscles, that's a different story. But if you're just trying to lose your weight, it's kind of hard unless I knew exactly what is your current caloric intake, where you started. You may need to do a bit of a reverse diet. You may have your calories at such a low point now where your body's just like in a starvation mode and it's not going to drop fat. Also, something that I have really learned is sleep has a big thing to do when it comes to losing weight. I have dropped my calories down to, in the past, like 11 or 1,200 calories for a week or 2 weeks and put weight on because I wasn't getting proper sleep. So you can lower your calories all you want. If you're not getting the right sleep, your body will literally save every single morsel of food that you're eating and store it as fat. So it's something you need to make sure you're looking at is how much sleep are you getting?
Well, and also, what are you doing to reduce your stress? It's probably not a coincidence that it's in this season that you're having like a lot of struggle. A lot of us are. It's a very high stress thing as you wonder, like, what does the future hold? Again, I go back to do some stress reduction, go for a walk. What are some things that like really bring you joy? You're going to have to release some of that stress, because I feel like I retain stuff when I'm totally stressed out. Mm-hmm.
I think that was the last one. Let's see if there's any comments. For all of you who have come back to us after
to the grind.
3 restarts, thank you so much. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to download all 3 of them and then splice them together in one video for people who are not getting to join the live stream, and then I'll probably put this, once I can do that, I'll put these like on a private.
And there'll be one more live next week.
For Keto on the Couch.
And then we will be back to...
We're going to go back to...
a regular one that we can control, so you don't have taping, 3 of
so
these.
we don't have all of this. But we are going to find another time to live stream.
Yeah.
So we do want to do 2 live streams a week, one with Thursday and one during the week. Or possibly even on the weekend. We talked about maybe doing it on the weekend because people like Heath want us to do it on the weekend.
Yay!
So, but we're going to take Keto on the Couch back off of being live just because it's easier. We don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. People really like it. And we do like being an encouragement and answering questions and stuff like that.
We hope we can be.
Yeah. Also, Let us know. We've been thinking about like what are some other types of videos. We really would like some more feedback from you guys because this channel really is for you. So help us take the channel in a certain direction. What kind of videos would you like to see more of? Do you want to see less product reviews? Do you want to see more product reviews? We're working on doing some more cooking things. That's the most difficult thing because we have to move the camera and also coming up with recipes that haven't been done. I don't want to just do recipes that everybody else has already done.
Yeah.
But let us know what kind of videos do you want to see us doing so that we can build the channel.
And as far as this week goes, we are wanting you to keep at it like we are with this live stream. Like, don't stop no matter what happens. Like, you're going to get through this. There may be obstacles to your week, but I just want to encourage you, don't stop.
Dawn said, I have less issues with the heat. Pre-keto, I would feel like I was on fire from the inside out. Now with keto, I get hot, but it's tolerable.
It really is. It really is. Now, I do recommend, and at least here in South Florida, I have been doing my exercising really, really early or late in the day, and that has made me more successful. So sometimes when you're, my modus operandi in the past was, well, I'll wait and get all of my morning stuff done and then I will go and exercise, and it just doesn't happen, and the heat gives me an excuse to duck out on it. So now I'm like, I got to do that first. So whatever time in the morning that I have to get up ahead of my day that has to start at a certain time, maybe your work has to start at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It does mean that I got to get up way earlier than what I was previously doing, but it guarantees that I get some movement in.
Yep. Joe said, shopping in Walmart right now, and I saw they have dryer balls. Still a better price on Amazon.
Balls are better on Amazon.
You guys were awesome making that suggestion to us.
We have really enjoyed those balls.
We do need to get more, though, because Tabitha uses them as toys.
Yes, if she finds them,
she tears them apart.
She rips our balls apart.
Shauna said, I like the live. I watch them instead of the news.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sometimes the news can be a little bit
we don't watch the news
upsetting.
Anymore. Brandon wants to see more cooking.
Cooking. Get to cooking, Joe.
Okay.
I'm so glad that Vivid J is here. I hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Christopher said, I like more cooking recipes, but I know they're sometimes the hardest coming up with ideas. Then you have to eat all the food you make, and it's not always in your nutrition for the week.
That's so good. Brandon says, I found you guys because of your cooking videos.
Okay, well, thank you.
I'd like to see more of what you both eat and how many carbs and macros for the day.
Okay, we can definitely do
that.
Good. We've actually been talking about doing more vlogging. We're trying to get, what happens is we get about halfway through the day and we're like, I just want to turn off the camera now. Or like we fall asleep.
Yeah, we'll get better about it.
Alan said, how about a video on keto maintenance? We can definitely do that. I can tell you, I can give you the short version right now. I don't believe there's anything as such a thing as maintenance.
Well, you got to maintain your life and you're still on keto.
Yeah. So I think you're always either,
from that perspective,
you're either improving or you're going the other way.
Carly's mama says, product reviews are great, except they blow my budget. Yes. Cooling off in the pool also helps elbow cough. Yes, it does.
Let's see.
An eating vlog on your higher carb day of the week, a day that's not just meat and eggs.
Honestly, I think most of our days are meat and eggs, right?
We do eat a lot of meat.
We eat a lot of meat.
We do eat a lot of meat. But we do have some veggie days.
Like going out to eat the other day was probably one of the highest carb days we've had in a while, and that was because we had a salad. And then we had the broccoli, and then we also decided to get that prime rib and smother it with mushrooms and onions.
Yes.
So it was a lot of carbs. I would probably say we probably ate about, 16 total carbs in that meal. Yeah. But it was all vegetables and stuff like that, and really good.
Alan says, I've been maintaining now for 2 years, which is incredible.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't maintain your weight, but I think some people get in this focus of, I've hit my goal, and so that means I can do whatever I want and I'm going to maintain. I think you always have to tweak things because I believe our body is always adjusting. The real key to maintenance, I believe, is changing it up. The more you change it up, the more you're keeping your body on the toes and it doesn't quite know what to do. It's just like you eat 1,300 calories long enough, your body will learn how to function on 1,300 calories. So now if you want to lose weight, you have to drop it even more. That's why you have to go up, you have to go down, you have to constantly change up. That's why reverse dieting works, and that's why lowering your calories slowly works, because your body can constantly adapt.
Got to keep it on its toes, that body. Carly's mama says the what you eat videos are great too. If you can share the times you're eating also is helpful.
Okay. Vivid J said, my boss is due to call me any minute, but he's talking. Taking it too slowly today, apparently.
Aw. Shauna says, I can't do those. The dryer is right opposite my bedroom wall. Too annoying. The balls.
Yeah, they are a little loud.
Also, I know you both did a video on the word moderation. Need to make another. I have seen too many people telling people they can eat dirty in moderation. To me, that is sabotaging to those people. Yeah, I have been noticing that a lot too, and I hate being the bearer of bad news. I don't want to feel like I'm kind of the mom that's like, we can't just keep eating dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and then expecting amazing results. But that's true.
We were talking about it this weekend of like, what can we do to grow the channel? And just being completely honest with you guys. And we were talking about like, what can we do? And if you look at a lot of the really successful keto channels, they do more of a dirty type keto. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we choose to not eat that way because we stay keto not just for losing weight, but really for all of the health benefits. And there's no health benefits to me eating regular mayonnaise, or to me eating canola oil, or to eating breads that are loaded with wheat, because I know what that's going to do to my body. So we've just made the decision, you know what? If we don't grow because we don't eat that kind of stuff, that's okay with us.
Yeah, because, well, and more important than us is the other people that are watching that are experiencing, other health-related issues that more of a dirtier protocol would exacerbate. I also, if you don't have results because you're eating dirty, and you're more likely to stop keto, right? Because you're frustrated by not having results, and I don't want that to happen either.
And when we talk about like dirty keto, I'm not talking about having a keto treat or something like that once in a while, having a keto cookie or something like that. When we talk about dirty keto, we're talking about incorporating more of the, if it fits your macros. Like, it's okay to have something that has sugar in it so long as you're only eating 4 carbs of it.
Right.
Or eating a bunch of wheat bread. I can have a slice of wheat bread because I'm allowed 20 carbs for the day, and a slice of bread only has 12 carbs, so that's good. That wheat's just not good for your body. So that is when we talk about dirty keto being there. We're not to the extreme of like, you have to eat pasture-raised eggs,
right,
or you have to eat grass-fed meat, or that's it. But we just don't believe in eating like the bad mayonnaises and things like that because of the inflammation that the ingredients bring you.
Are we not friends if you want to eat like that?
Right.
Of course we're still friends. Like, we are not the keto police.
We just don't advocate it.
But we don't advocate it. I don't want to say something that I don't think is true.
Right. So, now that we beat that to a dead.
I know, right, sorry.
Becky's making cream of mushroom soup tonight with burgers.
Nice.
Speaking of which, Rachel and Anthony went to Costco yesterday.
Incredible burgers.
And brought home these burgers that have bacon.
Burgers.
They're cowboy burgers. There was no jalapenos in them, though. That was a little disappointing.
There's no,
it was like cheddar cheese and
Cowboys
bacon.
Cowboys have to have jalapenos in their burgers?
I like the jalapeno in it.
Okay.
But they were nice half-pound burgers. They were, I think, $5 a pound. And they were really good. Really, really good. So check out those burgers there.
Costco. They're on sale.
Were they on sale? So it was $5 a pound before the sale. Because I only saw the $5 a pound.
They're on sale.
They were really, really good.
They also have, because it's grill weekend. This is the Super Bowl of grilling and cooking outside. So there's also all kinds of ribs on sale. If you are a pork loin person, pork loin is all over the place on sale. So look for your ribs this week.
Alan said, has anybody tried the laundry eggs that replace detergent? I have seen those. I've never tried them. I figured there was no way Rachel's ever going without soap.
We've got eggs and balls, and that's it. Eggs and balls, doing all of our laundry.
Joe said, when I first got him a dozen balls, the way when my wife empties the dryer and leaves half of them in the clothes and I leave half of them still in the dryer.
Okay, so that is a constant challenge for us because I will always like take out the laundry and half my balls are in my laundry basket and I got another load behind me. So I've got to just kind of sift through the laundry
That's
and try
why we
to find
need
all
so
the
many
balls.
of them. We have like a laundry basket that we put them in the garage. But yeah, half of them come out, half of them don't, and then you want to go do another load and you have to go through. So I'm like, just have a whole bunch of them and
just
keep
have a
throwing them
ton
in
of
there.
balls. Just have balls on the ready.
Justin, when I mentioned the dryer balls, mainly because I know Rachel will get a kick out of it.
I do. I'm really a middle school guy. That's pretty much my sense of humor.
Tina said, vlogs, interviews with family members, recipes, love your videos.
Aw, thank you.
Carly said, my hubby ordered your Fueled by Jesus t-shirt for my wedding anniversary gift, second anniversary. Cotton should be here this week. Yes, got mailed out.
Awesome.
Saturday,
Well,
I think
happy
you mailed them out.
anniversary. 2 years. I love it.
Christopher said, I'd say vlogging a whole day with it is annoying with the cameras. I couldn't do it all day. I record every time I eat, and that's annoying enough. The biggest thing with vlogs is I would love to vlog like much more often, and even every day or every other day, but editing vlogs is a lot of work. It's 3 to 4 hours to edit together a full day vlog. We need to make this our full-time job, to be able to really do it properly. It's a lot of work editing vlogs, plus always having to pull out the camera. And
It's totally easy for me, but I don't do any editing.
Nancy said, I'm sorry I'm late. Good to start the week with you. At least you're on the final stream.
Right, I was gonna say this is the last stream. We hope. Don't say it.
Carla said, where do you get the laundry? I think you called it Defend Blend.
Yes. Defend Blend is from Whole Foods.
Oh, all Whole Foods.
And it smells delicious. I also found a cleanse from Hobby Lobby of all places that was also deliciously smells good.
Okay, so Steph said, this is a great question. I have a question. I do great on all macros. On Chronometer, I have my calories set at 1,530. I ate 900 or something, and then it said I was 300 to 400 over budget. I ignore that. Should I ignore it? Okay, so that's the one thing I wish I had this, like a way to pull it up for you real quick, but I'm afraid to touch anything right now. So Chronometer
I'm touching
tracks
something.
your activity. So if you eat a lot of calories and then it senses that you haven't done any movement at all, like if you're not wearing a watch or if it's like earlier in the morning, it's telling you you're over budget based on the activity. So if you look, look over more to the right-hand side where it's got the little bar of you ate this much out of this much, and don't pay so much attention to the big circle where it'll say, because that constantly changes.
Huh.
That will change based on your activity. So if you go on a long run and you burn an extra 1,000 calories, it may say you've burned 3,000 calories and you've eaten 1,200.
Oh, so it'll change.
And it will constantly change. You can eat this much more. Just go by the little bar that's off to the right-hand side. I'll have to do a separate video of it because that's one of the settings you can actually make in there is to make that not change. To always be, don't change your caloric goal, because you can actually have it set where increase my caloric goal for the day and just keep me at a, say, 300 to 500 calorie deficit. So if you have a very active day where you maybe burned an extra 1,000 calories, it'll increase your calories for the days to keep you matched with that. And my thing is number one, change it all the time, but just always being around in that area, regardless of if you're active that day, then you just burn some extra fuel for the day.
I feel like that's Chronometer being a butt. That's like my watch that'll like send me a message like, why don't you breathe? Stand up.
Yeah, so for example,
I haven't sat down.
Yeah,
and
so
if
like
I wasn't breathing, I'd be dead.
So like for example, so if I look on my watch right now, it's saying, because I went to work this morning, I burned in activity, not my normal breathing, 297 calories when I was at work this morning.
Okay.
So what it'll do is it will actually tack that on. So if your body just, metabolically usually burns, say, 2,000 calories in the day, Chronometer's now going to say you're going to burn 2,400 calories or 2,300 calories. So now you can eat an extra 300 calories of food. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. You know, that's the kind
That's
of
like
person
my
that,
inner monologue.
right?
I
You
can
would eat a piece of
sabotage
cake and then
myself.
say, now I'll just go jump on the treadmill for an hour and burn off 300 calories. Don't do that.
It's set to standard American diet.
Okay, let's see a couple more here because since we kept getting kicked off. Alan said, some good ideas, Joe. Changing things up keeps things interesting. Keto maintenance, please. Okay, we'll definitely do a video on that. Steph said, Becky said, Steph, it may be connected to your activity level. Chronometer was doing the same thing for me. We just talked about that.
Susan.
I'm looking at it more of a whole foods and Mediterranean keto now, less processed foods and treats.
Good to know, because that's good too. You can think about different recipes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Log your activity like standing, housework. Steph said, I told James, what is moderation? Once, twice, thrice a week, month, 1 cup, a fourth a cup, a tablespoon, a teaspoon. Moderation has no limit or set amount. And let me tell you, my moderation is like yoga pants.
Yeah.
It will stretch to like fit whatever behavior that I would like to do.
A lot of the times when people hear people like everything in moderation, like everything, you know,
I
eat
am
sugar
doing the
in
opposite
moderation,
of moderation.
Calories in, calories out, you know, if it fits your macros. Like Dr. Berry and Carrie Brown just did a video on like if it fits your macros. You really want to annoy Dr. Berry? Talk about if it fits your macros. Because, and I'm agree, like, you know, it's like one thing, like if it fits your macros, like 20 total carbs, can I have some broccoli today? Does it fit my macros? Yes. If it fits your macros, like an Oreo, you can eat an Oreo cookie but eat no other carbs for the day. Sugar is different. That's like a calorie thing. People who think that like a calorie is a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. There is a huge difference between eating 100 calories in Oreos and 100 calories of beef.
Well, and I think it's like Dr. Cywis would say, nobody is asking if I can have some extra broccoli.
Right.
Usually what you're trying to get that moderation we're talking about is like something that is a treat food.
Yeah, Dr. Cyrus has that whole video. He's like, eat as many vegetables as you
Yeah.
want. Don't even worry about carbs in your vegetables.
nuts.
Eat all of the vegetables.
that's-
Eat them all, because nobody's going to overindulge on lettuce.
Nobody, yeah, especially not slapstick. He's not like just encasing that hamburger in lettuce.
Steph said, I was concerned because I don't want too little calories, and most days I would have to only eat 800 or so calories, and that seems way too low.
Yes.
Do not eat 800 calories,
No.
Steph. Like like even if you talk to like Keto Savage, like you should not be eating anything less than 1,400 to 1,500 unless it's like a day thing or you're on a fast. But on a regular basis, you should not be eating 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 calories, and especially down at the 800 range. Your body will like screw up the metabolism and then deal with what we're doing.
You're a growing girl.
Alan ordered laundry eggs from Grommet. You're gonna have to look at those. Carly said, you guys do a great job helping us to be honest and fixing our mental game with foods. I feel the dirty keto channels actually trigger me on some negative food issues, so I have to be careful.
I will use them as a permission slip because I am an addict. I am a carb and sugar addict. I love it. I love a lot of it and I want it all the time. So if someone gives me permission and I respect that person or like that person and they're super likable and they seem to be getting away with it too. That's the thing too. I have to do what is going to keep me on track. It's one of those things like when your kids would come to you and be like, well, Susie's mom says that they can, stay up all night and just do nothing but play with fireworks completely like with no parents around. Well, I'm not Susie's mother, all right? And that's not what we do here. So I have to do that because I feel like sometimes I will watch stuff that looks like it could give me permission to continue bad behavior. And I'm like saying in my own mind, well, Rachel, Susie seems to be getting away with eating whatever she wants in moderation. Well, I know for a fact that Rachel is never getting away with any of that.
And
it's going right on my butt.
We are far from perfect. I mean, I'm
No.
up 15 pounds from like last November. So I'm nowhere near where I want to be or where I was for 3 years. But at the same point, like I know my problem. My problem is I don't sleep enough. My problem is sometimes I like to just snack constantly throughout the day. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing well. When I am getting good sleep, like I can literally tell you what that scale is going to say in the morning based on how much sleep I got. If I had less than 4 hours sleep, I'm almost always up in weight the next morning. Almost always. If I got 8 hours sleep, which is not very often, I'm almost always down a pound in the morning because my body, like I don't get enough sleep and I know that. But we also choose to, like, I just don't believe in having a cheat day. That's just me. If I want to cheat, I'm going to have some perfect keto cookies. I'm going to have some ice cream, but keto ice cream. I just don't go off the other way. But believe me, we have cheat days. It's just our cheat days are too much food.
Right. Well, I'm finally back where I wanted to be. I'm fitting in my pants, which is like a super non-scale victory. But it took all of May and June to like undo the stress eating of March,
COVID.
April, and
Right.
yeah. So the only way that I can maintain, if there's a maintain ability, is to stay in my lane. And even if everybody else is getting away with stuff, I need to not covet what I think is going on. Because the truth of the matter is, like, we don't know what someone's walk is,
Right.
really. And even if somebody is doing really well and I want to look and be like, okay, I want that success. I don't know the whole story, right? All I know is if I stick to the plan, if I stick to my plan, I have good success. But I've got to stick to my plan.
Vivid J said eating poison is a good way to lose weight.
Yeah, rarely.
Well, no, you can lose weight. Like getting sick, like get a stomach flu. You'll lose some weight because you won't be able to eat for a while. That's what started your whole weight loss journey 5 years ago, right? You couldn't eat for 3 days.
That started by like, this is a good starting line.
It's probably not the best way to do it,
No.
but Tina said, please continue to focus on helping those that are a little older. Many of the other groups have younger people in the groups that lose weight and have improvements much easier than older folks.
Thanks for that. I appreciate that, because that is like, as we are going into this season in our life where it's like 50s, late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and thinking about my mom and some of the other, family members that we love so dearly, and we want them to have like just a great, I want to finish my race well. And so that is on our hearts a lot when we think about, videos and food and stuff like that. It's not just, we're not 20, so we're not thinking like 20-year-olds.
Steph said, so I'm going to start tracking the walking and the weightlifting. Personally, I don't think you need to do that.
I like it.
But if you're looking...
I like my gold stars.
If you're looking at like doing it because you need Chronometer to show you a thing, there is a place over on the site. Steph, if you send us an email, I'll try to walk you through it. But there is a place over, unless you need it to show like, hey, I burned 10,000 calories today and I only ate 2,000. Just pay attention to how many calories you eat. If you know your goal is 1,400, just watch that. Watch the carbs. That's the thing that you need to make sure you're eating enough protein and make sure you're keeping your carbs low. Other than that, don't worry about it too much.
Chris, hey!
Mama Chris is here. It
Chris.
said, hey, Rachel and Joe, popping to say that you guys rock. The WAC family, Autumn, appreciates all you do for keto community.
Man, well, we love you guys. And oh my goodness, I have just been loving watching Richard.
Autumn is doing awesome.
Work it. W-A-R-K. Work it. Better get to work. I love it.
Christopher said, if you're doing another Chronometer video, add in there to show people how to add a recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. I see people asking all the time on how to create a recipe in their app, and it'd be easier to just link a video. Okay, that's a great idea.
Rhonda says, came in late when they were streaming issues end of the month and closing the books. Enjoying the live today. I'm loving Chronometer and I'm losing a lot. Eating clean this month. Good job.
Christopher said, first it's if it fits your macros, then if it doesn't fit your macros, change your macros.
Right, yeah.
It's a downhill slope.
It is. You can't even imagine what I can make peace with.
Jacob doesn't like if it fits your macros. Sometimes I've seen people justify eating 3 to 4 Mission low-carb tortillas that way, which is like 90 total carbs or something, but 12 net. Again, why we always say put a total carb cap on yourself.
Yeah. And that will solve a lot. If you just do one thing, if you just change up one thing, do total carbs. Do a total carb cap. And just decide what that is. That will make a huge difference as far as you staying on track. It really will.
Well, it's like when we went out to eat the other day. It's like we had that incredible dinner, and that was the only thing we ate, I think, for the day, right? Because I even brought with us.
I was full.
I brought with us a thing of the Snack Yard thing, Cereal School. I forget the name of it. Cereal School cheese puffs as a snack, and I think it's still in the backseat of your car unless you snag them already.
I did not snag them, but I have hidden them in my car. Like, good luck finding them.
Oh, I'll find them. Don't worry. But yeah, so we brought those, and we never even had those. But then when you came home, knowing the amount of vegetables and everything, I'm looking, I'm like, okay, can I have like some ice cream? Nope. You would put you way over your total carbs for the day.
Right.
So it's just something that we like to do to kind of keep us on track. Alan says, just finished my first book. I'm getting ready for a move to a smaller place. Lots going on.
Wow, that's exciting. Vivajay says circadian rhythm is super important. Get to bed, Joe.
I have been working on it. I've been just saying, you know what? This video's not getting done. I'll work on this in the morning, and just saying I'm going to bed. And I've noticed a huge difference lately.
Shauna says, I found that since I started planning my meals ahead, I've had no problem being under in my carb macros for the first time. Yeah. Meal planning is a thing. I was looking at Heath and Shelly they were making a ton of food like in meal prep for this week, and it is beautiful, gorgeous, tasty looking food that they have that they were grilling and making yesterday. But that will keep you on track, and it will also help you to have something to look forward to because you know what you're going to be eating.
Yep. Steph said, I've been over the moon because I'm now fitting into some size 10 jeans.
Girl!
The white jeans in my vacation pictures are a size 10.
That is awesome.
Keto on a budget is here.
Hello.
Angela said, hello. So I was wondering if the macros suggested by Chronometer are good. I took some advice and plugged them into an online calculator, and I was thrown out of ketosis after dinner. Don't use Chronometer to determine your macros. It takes too many things into account. I gotta do that today. A link on our website. Go to Maria Emmerich's website and use her calculator.
Yeah.
She's got the best calculator out there. If you're super active and way into weightlifting and things like that, you can use the one that Keto Savage has. We have one on our website. I'm actually taking it off because I don't really like the way it works anymore. Keto Savage is really good if you're super active, but he is adding in there that you are going to be active. I think he's actually got it set at like 150% of your caloric intakes, so if you need to be moving to be using his.
Well, I'm moving a little.
Angela, let's see. So Deb said, if I don't track, I will not eat enough as my ghrelin signal stopped after weight loss surgery, and I have a bad habit of less food is better. If weight loss stalls, I track and I eat more than I lose.
Wow.
It's the reverse diet thing.
Incredible.
If you keep lowering it down, and all of a sudden it's amazing. You'll be eating more and be losing weight, and be like, why? Because your body speeds up the metabolism.
Yeah. Ron said, I stopped tracking and stopped losing weight. I know I'm not hitting my macros. I've just been so busy. It is challenging. One of the things that helps with that too is to have a couple meal plans that you just put into the computer where you have hit your macros. So for those busy times, you just hit that playlist that you already have. If you scan out a couple of days where okay, if I eat this for lunch, if I eat this for dinner, that's going to be right in the range that I need to be for hitting my macros. And then just press repeat. It's okay. We get really busy, and sometimes I just like the confidence of knowing what I'm eating and not worrying about it and not having to track, because I've tracked it in the past and I know that this meal has everything I need for the day.
Yeah, and even when you track, sometimes you may be taking more carbs than you think you are because of the way food companies are able to play games with like nutrition labels. For example, spices, or so if you scan a spice and it says 0 carbs, Chronometer is going to say 0 carbs regardless of how many servings you put in there. However, for example, a clove of garlic is 1 carb per clove.
That's not fair.
But if you scan a garlic powder and it says 0 carbs, now if you use 3 teaspoons of garlic powder,
which I could,
then you've got a few carbs in there, but a lot of the apps are going to say you had 0 carbs. It happens with heavy whipping cream. So it's just something to be aware of. Take a look at serving sizes, because sometimes a company's going to put 0, and then when you scan it, it's going to say 0 even if you're actually eating carbs. So you kind of have to start to learn, like, hey, I always look at this, unless it's like a meat, or, like even butter technically has like a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of carbs. But unless it's like a meat, everything's got a carb in it. Just remember that. Like, there's carbs in most seafood. Like, all the shellfish has carbs in it.
If it says 0 in Chronometer for the garlic, does the stinky breath count, or no? Is it not existing either? Can I just act like that's not also happening?
Tater's mom said, tomorrow's my 45th birthday and I have a butcher box steak thawing out and I think I'm going to make my loaded cauliflower mash as a side. Also, birthday keto cake truffle is on the dessert.
Wow. Well, we got to sing happy birthday, Tater's mom. Here we go. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tater's mom. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Steph says, we have grilled chicken, pre-grilled and separated in the freezer for days. I don't want to cook. Helps me stay on track for those days. That is awesome. It is good to have a I don't feel like it meal plan, right?
Becky said, I've used Maria's calculator. What a difference it's made. I'm finally seeing the scale move.
That's awesome. Monica, Carb Mama. Tater's mom says, Joe made your mayo this morning and will work on the blue cheese next. Mayo is a game changer. I added chipotle to half. I like it spicy too. That's a great extra. I love that. Keto on Budget said Nisha Berry did a what I eat in a day video and even she was surprised at how many carbs she ate and she was eating really clean.
Yeah, if you really want to get picky, I mean, like I said, an egg has a carb in it. So if you eat 10 eggs in a day, you just ate 10 carbs. It's a carb that I don't usually count, but if you're eating 10 eggs and then you're eating a bunch of cheese and then you're eating a bunch of snacks and then you're eating, some kind of a keto bread, the next thing you know, you've eaten 30 or 40 carbs and don't even think about it.
So I think it's important for every single person to draw the line in the sand, whatever the boundary is, what you care about, you will put a fence around. That's why you're going to protect it. I have a fence around my yard because it's not open for everybody to come in and out of. So you're putting a fence around what is important, what is your line, and it doesn't have to be the same fence as ours. Whatever you feel comfortable with, but then once you've put that fence around it, then that is the boundary and don't, try to negotiate.
Couple more real quick. Monica said Carb Manager is good for having a food list or a library of your common use foods on our menu. So yeah, Chronometer does the same thing. The reason we don't really push Carb Manager or talk about Carb Manager or even really tell people that you should use it is because there's too many wrong food items in there. Because Carb Manager is one of those things where it allows you to, for example, take this, scan it, and then put in whatever information you want.
Right.
And so, like, for example, this says 1 carb, 0 fiber.
But I could put it in as 0.
Right. Or even a better one would be this one, which is 5 total carbs, 1 fiber. So some people will go in there and just enter, this has 4 carbs in it, but it has 5 total carbs. You'll see it a lot with erythritol, like Carb Manager and MyFitnessPal especially. You'll find like 100 different entries for erythritol. Some of them will say 4 carbs per teaspoon. Someone will say 0 because somebody has gone in and put in the net carb thing. The difference between Carb Manager and Chronometer is Chronometer, when you enter in a thing to put into the food database for everybody else to use, it is verified by the owners of Chronometer first. So when you're scanning, if it shows up, those are accurate. And that's because when I first started, I would go find the thing like, oh, heavy whipping cream. I would find the one that said 0.
And me too. And it wouldn't even be and it's like, I know I am doing the wrong thing and I am choosing to do it anyway. I could sit there and find I will go past the actual brand that I am using to find the one that somebody listed in there that had 0 carbs. Even though I knew, like, there's the brand, I've got it right here, and I'm like, no, the one with this brand says that it's 1 carb or 2 carbs, and I don't want that. I want my tracking thing to say that I have eaten, no carbs.
So yeah, that's why we talk about.
I'm only hurting myself, but I'm hurting myself. I am so good at aiming right for my foot and shooting myself right in the foot. I am an excellent shot when it comes to shooting myself in the foot.
So that's why we use Chronometer over Carb Manager. I did use Carb Manager for a long time until I found Chronometer. Rhonda said, getting really worried because my glucose has increased in the last 3 days, way out of range. However, my ketones are extremely high. Don't know what's happening. Any ideas? Don't worry about it. Like, I was going through the same concern. I talked to Dr. Berry about it, and he's like, don't worry about it. If your ketones are high, I definitely wouldn't worry about it because generally high glucose means lower ketones. And so if you're having high ketones, here's what you can have: stress increasing your glucose, lack of sleep increasing your glucose. There's so many things. I've been on like 24-hour fasts and seen my glucose well over 100, like up at like 105, 110, even though I've had no sugar, and my glucose is generally in the 80s. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Slapstick says, I don't count carbs from garlic powder, but it's okay because it fits my macros.
Next keto on the couch is both Vivid J's and Constance's birthday.
I'm excited. That is awesome. Carly's mama says, I'm 15 years post-gastric, and in the last year, eating amount has started to change too. Might be my age by now, 45 years old. I love it, Carly's mom. We're very, very close in age. I love it.
Carly's mama says, I love Carb Manager, but just check the entries match.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. If you're disciplined and you can do that and do the right thing, then absolutely use Carb Manager. I misbehave on the regular. That's the problem. The devil doesn't even need an advocate. I'm perfectly able to help him out.
Okay, I think that is it. Becky said movement can spike your glucose levels. Your glucose is going to spike when you wake up in the morning because your body needs energy to move. Yeah, it's your body's designed that way. If you're being chased by a tiger, you don't want to have to eat the sugar first. Your body's going to just create it so that you can get out of there.
Hey, tiger, just wait a minute while I eat this.
Yeah, it's demand driven. It's just like that's gluconeogenesis. People talk about, if you eat too much protein, you're going to go into gluconeogenesis. That is not true. Gluconeogenesis, which is where your body converts protein in your muscle to glucose, it's demand driven. Your body really needs the glucose, so it's going to create it one way or the other. It doesn't go, oh, I've got all this extra protein, so let me turn it into sugar, because it's too much energy to do it. It actually takes energy for your body to turn the protein into sugar.
My favorite one is looking at Joe's CGM and seeing where he has to get up to go to the bathroom, like from bed.
It goes
and you
up.
can see it go up. Like he's got to get revved up to go to the bathroom. I love it.
Okay, so last one. Steph said, I'm curious about something you both know about the nasty Italian situation. Been on track since getting home a few days ago. Breath tasted like onions. Is that a sign that I'm back in ketosis? Most likely.
Most likely. It is seriously a difficult situation being keto in this season where we have to wear masks because yes, keto breath is a thing and we are trapped inside of our own masks.
Okay, so let's explain it. So keto breath, what that is it's acetone. Okay, so anybody who says they don't have it, then you're probably not super deep into ketosis. It's acetone. That's how the breath meters work. Now, a lot of the breath meters that are on the market are garbage. If you're going to get them, there's only a few of them, and generally they're well over $150. There's links to a couple of them on our website. Like the Ketonix is one. I forget the other one that we like. That we have one. But that's how they work, is they're measuring the acetone. But they have to be constantly calibrated because as you're breathing into it, that stuff builds up in there. That's why you need the better ones. Those little $20 ones, they're garbage. You know, just like a breath meter from the police needs to be constantly calibrated.
Right.
It's how people can challenge them all
Yes,
the time.
exactly, because they'll say it wasn't, when was the last time that was calibrated? Will be brought up in court even.
So that's what they're checking. The biggest issue with a breath meter is you have to breathe deeply because the acetone is deep down in the bottom of your lungs. So if you just breathe out from the top, when you breathe out, you're not going to get the correct measurement. Also, if you eat something, it could throw it off. If you drink something, it can throw it off. So that's why you will get a good, accurate measurement using a breath test because it is measuring the acetone is the fat being, that's the byproduct of the fat being turned into ketones. Mm-hmm. So it's really good for somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of excess ketones in the blood, but you really have to know how to use that test. So if you're tasting, if you can smell that, that means you're burning fat.
I love that. That's the smell of victory.
Monica says a chronometer is the way to go then. Yes.
And they do have a free version. You do not have to
Yeah,
pay
you don't
for
need
it.
to pay for chronometer. The paid version just gives you a couple extra perks, but you don't. But I'm telling you, if you really want to make sure you're tracking your food correctly, use chronometer. Christopher said, it didn't bother me so much when I started wearing masks until we started wearing masks in the stores.
Man, there's some time when I'm like, oh, you know what's bad too is if I will use my mask and then I like take it off and then go to another store later and it's like that breath has had a minute to sit in it. Yeah. It's not good.
Well, my mom is calling me.
Oh.
So she's in the process of selling her home. So we're going to get off. We really
Thanks
appreciate
for
all of you
sticking
guys
with
for
us
sticking with us
all the
through
nonsense.
like the internet going out. Sometimes you just can't control what's going on with the internet. So.
But you can control your attitude about it.
Yes, you can. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you check out our Thursday live stream at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, make sure that you hit the like button on this and even the other two. If you could, we'd appreciate it. It helps build the channel. And subscribe.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we put out a new video, and even if there's 3 of them on the same under the same title, you'll be alerted to it.
Bye, guys.
We love you.